ex-fiancé wants to catch up after he left me at the altar and run off with his ex because he found out they had a child. How do I proceed? My ex-fiancé Derek disappeared the morning of our wedding 2 years ago, evading all attempts to reach him from myself and his family. It was devastating, absolutely soul-crushing. They even turned into a party to distract from the pain of the unknown. Afterwards, I returned to our apartment and slept on the bathroom floor in my wedding dress. It was quite the ugly sight, to be honest. His mother ended up coming to the apartment when she informed me tearfully that Derek had run off with his ex. They had apparently reconnected a year prior to wedding, and he just couldn't go through with it, opting instead to rekindle this relationship with his ex. His family was horrified. I didn't hear from him until 3 months after he left. He called me, apologized, and then revealed that his ex had been hiding his child from him, that he just found about it. He wanted to be with them. That's pretty much all that was said. I didn't say much, actually. I think I only said hello. The whole situation left me numb. I just didn't care anymore. Thankfully, through my friends were and continue to be there for me. Through all of this muck, they encouraged me to seek therapy and work on healing, which I'll be honest was terribly difficult. But after a year, I feel myself again. Which brings me to today. After this whole debacle and subsequent self-improvement rebuilding, I moved to the UK, originally from Australia, for a change in scenery. Last night, I got a message request on Instagram. It was Derek. Hey, I've heard you moved to Wales. That's so cool. I'm traveling to Cardiff towards the end of July. I'm deeply sorry about everything, and I want to discuss what happened leading up to the wedding. I hope I'm not overwhelming you. Let me know if you'd like to talk over lunch. Firstly, no idea who told him about my move. Secondly, I don't know if I crave closure from him, but I also don't want to decide to decline to only lawyer and regret my decision. So I turn to you strangers of the internet. What should I think about before reaching a decision? Will be wise to decline, or should I humor him and listen to his reasons? Otherwise, table 1935. I wouldn't bother. You've closed that chapter. Don't open old wounds for yourself. He's selfish as fuck. He's cutsy. This, he likely wants to talk to ask you something with his conscience. I wouldn't give him that relief. Let him live with the full consequences of his actions. You're better off just moving forward. I'm knocking. There is no excuse in the world good enough to explain away what he did. Here are some of the options he had. First, call you the woman he was going to marry and talk to you about the situation. 2. Talk to his parents. 3. Make an appointment with a therapist. 4. Basically talk to anyone he trusted about finding out he had a child and was thinking of being with his ex. 5. Postpone the wedding while things get figured out. He chose not to talk to anyone though, because he knew what he was doing was unbelievably sick and wrong. Not that his feelings were wrong, but the fact that he was going to abandon you and embarrass you in front of everyone you both love and knew. Let me make this clear. Instead of calling anyone and canceling the wedding, not even a cowardly text message, he let you get ready, get your makeup done, put on your damn wedding dress, and let you think that day was going to be one of the happiest of your life. He put your parents in a position to see their daughter so hot and happy and full of love, then utterly destroyed. He put his family in the position of having all eyes on them, their cowardly son, nowhere to be seen. What he is doing now is one of two things. One, he realized he made a mistake and chose the wrong woman all those years ago. He misses you and thinks he can get you back after his unforgivable actions. too. He's only contacting you to make himself feel better about being an utter asshat. Please, don't give him this satisfaction. Okay, minor update. Well, this garnered far more attention than I anticipated. So bear with as I try to navigate all of your advice. Although the general conscience is quite clear, I've learned that an old mutual friend of ours revealed where I moved, and evidently has been stressing that he needs to tell me something. For the time being, I have decided to simply ignore his message and work through any emerging feelings with my therapist. Thanks. Update. Hi, so I mentioned previously I decided to not respond to his message. A day after I received another message from him, which went right out in its entirety. To sum it up, he apologized for how disingenuous his previous message was and explained why he had reached out to mine. Essentially, he wanted to discuss that final week before our wedding, and why he left without discussing it. I'll be honest, I'm gonna refrain from going into detail about our whole stories here, but I will say my ex-fiancé, thank you for the correction by the way, has been diagnosed with avoidance PTSD from past experiences. I feel for him, but I told him that I still couldn't move past being left in a state of limbo for 3 months. Irregardless, ultimately I agreed to meet him, and I don't regret it. He's not with his ex. I found she's actually since passed away, which is part of the direction that she reached out to me, and yes, the child is his. The lunch was short, and in the end, he handed me an envelope which contained all of the money we spent preparing for the wedding. In all honesty, it was cathartic for me. I've often feared that I'm still subconsciously harboring feelings for him, but the lunch proved I didn't. I've closed that chapter of my life with him, with the woman I was, and now I'm free. Thank you all.